Hi Gemini, welcome to Sophquest. My name is Spence. Welcome in if you're new to the channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. Thanks for stopping by. This is going to be a weekly reading for August 16th through the 22nd. And we're going to have that full moon, the second full moon in Aquarius at the anaretic degree of 29 degrees, which is the final degree. So this is about basically final decisions, final choices, the culmination of things. Anything that's come up throughout Leo season can be something that culminates at this time also. And whatever you've begun, that you began at the new moon in Leo on the 8th, that happened at Lionsgate, well, that's just going to start to, I think, have momentum and move forward. So we're letting go of the things that that weren't working, and I think it can very often be, big picture stuff, so that we can really open the space for the new, right? That's about this entire year happening. We have Mercury, your planet, one just came out, there we go. Mercury, your planet, that moved into Virgo, which is really great because that's a sister house for Mercury. Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. It's going to help you get more detailed and talk about things, get organized, that kind of thing. This week we are using the Art of Love Tarot. This is by Tony Carmine Salerno and the book written by Denise Jarvie. And I thought we would talk about love this week since we're doing the, it's the last week in Leo, which is 5th house about romance, but also because we've got Venus, the planet of love, moving into Libra about partnerships, and I thought it might be a great time to use these decks. I'm also using the Gaia Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno, same artist. They are beautiful. I think they would work really well together. So today for you, I just got Goddess of Creation as your card. It says transformation, creativity, and wholeness. That's gorgeous. Goddess of Creation for you, Gemini. I love that for you. All right, so actually, let me move one thing here. There we go. And pull these. All right, now while I'm laying out your 9 cards from the, whoops, wrong one. Wrong deck. While I'm laying out your 9 cards from the Art of Love Tarot, why don't you just settle in with me, Gemini? And we'll do our little exercise of taking 3 deep cleansing breaths. Bringing down the cortisol, that stress hormone. Getting some oxygen to the brain. Let's drop the shoulders and plant our feet and get relaxed. Take a moment to yourself. Okay. Sit with me in this space so that we can have some synergy. And we'll talk about stuff, all right? Beautiful. All right, now I did shuffle that quite a bit before, so I think they're ready to cut after a few shuffles. And I'm going to lay those out for you, Gemini. How are you doing? Leave me some comments this week. Let me know what's going on for you. How has your Leo season been, Gemini? Yeah. I've really enjoyed this energy. I like Leo season. I usually like fire seasons because they help us to move forward. They help us to get a little more energy going. A little momentum, right? That's always a good thing. These are large cards. I hope you guys love them. I think they're so beautiful. They are different than your average Rider-Waite deck. They are very different. So I'm going to just read them intuitively the way that I see them. They do have keywords on them, and if it seems apropos to the message, I'll read the keyword to you while I show you the card, all right? I'm going to go cross horizontally, we're going to go vertically down the 9 cards, and we're going to do big picture. And we'll also talk about the bottom of the deck. All right. Very good. But first, let's read that Oracle card, the Goddess of Creation for you, Gemini. All right, number 7, if you have the book. Here we go. Goddess of Creation, transformation, creativity, and wholeness. It's time for you to chill out and let go of rigid and fixed ideas. Relax and take time out to just be. You really have been trying too hard lately and are taking things far too seriously. This has blocked your creativity and caused your energy levels to be low. You probably tell yourself that you don't have time to relax, but you must make the time. Make this a priority and you will find that an interesting transformation begins to take place. Your creativity will increase and you'll feel revitalized by a newfound sense of purpose and inspiration. Your mind may be telling you that relaxation is a futile waste of time. Yet the opposite is true. Relaxation will slow down your thoughts and open your heart. This is so true. And Gemini, I understand. I'm a Gemini. I'm also a Gemini rising. And trust me when I tell you, it has taken me years to realize this. Years. Decades. I used to do like 3 or 4 things at once. Always multitasking. But I work very differently now. All right, relaxation slows down your thoughts and opens your heart. It's fuel for the soul that will have a positive flow on effect for your entire being. Your well-being is of paramount importance, so do not take it for granted. Your well-being, yeah. Without it, nothing really matters. Okay. And then we have an affirmation for you. I take time each day to relax. I make time each day to nurture my spirit. I connect spiritually to a space of love inside my heart. I find my peace within. I am light. I am love. Now this little practice, and even Gemini, I think for you, what I'm hearing in my mind is breathing, deep, deep breathing also. You know, it's the beginning of how we really do relax. When you need to relax, your body naturally just starts to take in a lot of oxygen. Like, again, because it brings down the cortisol. So if that's something that you do practice throughout the day, it's very helpful to your well-being. Especially if you're one of the busy Geminis, because I understand. Trust me, I used to be that way, very much so. I have to be different now just because of the way my body works, but I also have learned it over many years of practice, so I totally get that energy. All right, let me take a quick look at your spread here and see what I see. Well, you have 2 major arcana cards on the table here. They're beautiful cards. The first card and the last card. And they're 2 of the most beautiful cards in the deck. So I think all in all, it's a good thing, beautiful thing, whatever you're going through. There's definitely something here that you want to move forward on. I am going to show you each and every one of the cards. We're going to go horizontally, vertically, and then big picture. But let me just look while I'm looking here and taking it in. I think you're trying very hard to do something, like this message said, maybe trying too hard, right? And in the center here, I'm looking at this card, and you know, most cards show someone with a wall that they've built because they've worked so hard and cared so much about what they've done that they've ended up building a wall of protection because they put so much effort in. In this card, it just shows on her face. This is the 9 of Wands or the 9 of Stars. And in this deck, it's called Perseverance. So it's the center of your reading today, Gemini. I think that you have worked very hard to persevere. Whatever you've been through has taken all of you. Blood, sweat, and tears, right? It's taken blood, sweat, and tears. And I think for whatever reason, it is now finally sinking in. I think that maybe for years or months, you've thought and overthought something to death to the point where it's like, it's literally just been what do I want to say? A practice of perseverance, right? That whatever you've been through, you have had to practice perseverance. And I think it's been for a long time for some of you. I really, really do. This message is telling me that there's been a change of energy within you. Something inside of you has changed, Gemini. That's what I see. On the bottom of the deck today, you have the 8 of Hearts, which is usually the 8 of Water or the 8 of Cups. Normally, this is a card about walking away from what has been unfulfilling and walking towards something that is a dream of yours. That no matter how good anything has been in the past, that there's usually an impetus, a reason why we want to go for the 9th cup, a dream, a goal. And it comes from the soul, but we feel it in our hearts. It's like when have you ever, Have you ever been in a situation where you just, everything is fine? Everything is fine on the outside. It's like things are fine, they're fine. How do you feel about the word fine, Gemini? When someone says, how are you? Do you say, I'm fine? Right? It's a little lackluster is my point. So that's what I'm seeing here. It's been a little lackluster. Something was a little lackluster. We may be looking at a relationship because on this card I'm seeing two people and all these hearts. And the key word here, actually, the key word on this card for the Eight of Cups is codependency. So maybe you've really had a relationship where it's just like you and me against the world, right? I'm happy when you're happy, and you're happy when I'm happy. And so we depend on each other for each other's happiness. Codependency can trip into something that ends up being a little more negative, something that ends up being a little lackluster, if we don't ever focus on that ninth cup. Like individually, both people focusing on their own ninth cup, whatever that ninth cup is. Because it's a dream. And if we sometimes forget to work on our own dream, and we're so busy working on the we that we forget the me, then it can become this, where it becomes a little codependent. So it's saying you have been the custodian here of love. In other words, you've taken care of it. You've done your best to take care of a relationship in whatever way. And with the Emperor card underneath that, I think that you have, you had your stuff together. You've had your stuff together, okay? You know what I'm trying to say there. And you've worked hard for it. You've worked hard to keep it into balance. You've worked hard to make sure things ran smoothly. You kept on. You keep on keeping on, right? That's what I'm seeing. You keep on keeping on in the relationship, but I think that maybe there's something that you yourself individually are trying to accomplish. And actually, every one of us should do that. No matter how healthy the relationship is, it is extremely important that still each person in the relationship has their own thing. Like literally their own thing, because it keeps your spirit fire alive. You know what I mean? So Goddess of Creation tells me that you are in this mode of creation. Maybe you've been putting a little too much time and effort into doing something, and now you need to pay a little more attention to the relationship, or maybe vice versa, right? With these two cards, it's like, which is it, Gemini? Whichever one you've been prioritizing, perhaps you've tried a little too hard in the relationship and not enough on your own dream, or vice versa. You put a little too much effort into the dream and not enough into the relationship. Either way, that's the wisdom here today of your message. So let's do this. The Sun, beautiful and auspicious card. It says, things are good. Things are good, they will be good. And you need to stay positive and hopeful about your life in the now and in the future, because that helps to keep you balanced, which you need, because I think you're a little exhausted mostly, right? A little just exhausted. Perseverance means I have to put every part of myself into this. So the Sun is saying take care of yourself and make sure you stay healthy. Also, with the Seven of Trees here, contemplation, you're really considering the way you're moving through life with the Knight of Stars. And this is the Knight of Fire. So how you move forward with your energy, right? It's like in order to stay healthy, you really do need to consider what you need as far as managing your energy. How do you manage your energy? Okay, so that's something to consider. And we are going to be moving into Virgo season on the 23rd, right? So this week is the last week of Leo season. Then we're moving into Virgo, and that is very much about our health and well-being. So it's saying you're going to get a jump on that. This is something you need to think about. You know, the balance of things. We've got that card here on the table. So let's look at this. So there's a transitioning happening with the Six of Angels in this card, which is the Six of Swords. You are definitely moving things forward. We've got the Sun above that, so into a more positive and good thing happening in your life. So anything that's been negative, the Six of Swords assures you that you are moving into something more positive. And I am hearing problem solving. So whatever the problems have been about, I think they're going to get solved. This is problem solving for me. The perseverance will have been worth it. You're moving forward on that. And with the Two of Angels, you find your balance. This is the Two of Swords. So you'll make the decision as to how to prioritize things, how to get things more into balance, and pay attention to what you need to not only have well-being within yourself and this dream you're going for, this thing you're creating, but also in your relationship so that it stays healthy and so that each of you, you know, can do what you do, right? Bottom line, Four of Angels, rest. It's saying give yourself time to rest in between the hard work. Three of Stars, because whatever your vision's been about, this is usually the Three of Wands, which is the ships coming in card. So this shows 3 stars. Look at that. It says visions. Whatever your visions are, whatever you're dreaming about, you are transforming it. You are in a state of creativity. It will come in. So it's just saying that the wholeness, the word wholeness is on this card too, is really about a holistic way of moving your energy, of going on this adventure toward the dream that you're working on. You are making progress moving forward on it with the transition card. You're going to be able to get there. Just stay in balance and make sure the priorities are right. Time for rest. Have faith that the work you've put in, what you've created, that comes back to you. And the last card, the Empress, it assures the growth, the healthy, creative birthing of whatever it is that you're working on. It will not only be born, it will be beautiful and abundant. The Empress card is one of the best cards in the deck. So you start with the Sun and you end with the Empress. You can see why I say this looks really beautiful, whatever this is about. So on the bottom of the deck, make sure you're taking care of your relationship, but giving each other your due, and make sure you're also taking care of your own well-being, allowing your dreams to live, and giving energy to that as well, so that there's a balance in between. And if you're putting all of it, blood, sweat, and tears into everything, if it's too much on work, then your relationship suffers. If it's too much on a relationship, then your work suffers. But you will persevere. Just make sure to rest. Okay? Take care of you. This is about your well-being and understanding how you move your energy through your days, through your weeks, through your months, so that things stay in balance. That is very much. Because the last word on this card says wholeness. Transformation, creativity, wholeness. This entire message for you, Gemini, is about a holistic way to stay in balance and alignment. And that is how you're going to create what you're doing here, whether it be in your relationship or whether it be professionally or in any other way. All right, Gemini, if you're interested in your rising sign reading, your moon or your Venus, you can check my weekly readings playlist by clicking on the eye in the corner, and I'll be here for you next week. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thank you, Gemini.